Okay guys, now hello, welcome to We Like Sightseeing. My name is Salvador. I will be your driver and your tour guide for the day. So right now we're taking off from our stop number 7, Fisherman's Wharf. Now over to our right, you'll see a lot of fishermen's boats. Now they're not all fishermen's boats, some of them are tour boats. $20 a person, they will take you on a 1-hour tour of San Francisco Bay. They'll take you around Alcatraz, under the Golden Gate Bridge, and then right back. Next block on the left, we're going to see the 2 large brick buildings. Now when these first started off, they started off as canneries. They used to can fruits and vegetables. Well, when it first opened, it was the largest fruit cannery in the country. This is the old Belmonte Fruit Cannery. No longer a cannery. Now the one on the left is now a mall. And then the next one coming up on the right, this one is now the hotel. And coming up on the right, we do have the Red Restaurant with well, this is Caputo's right here. Let's go there. That's sort of a side with essentially. They're going to give you either 10% off or free Kalahari. Now we're going to make our left on Hyde to the right. We have the Hyde Pier. So look, boat museum. We have old school sail ships, old school steamboats, old school ferry boats. We'll let you in for a small fee. On the other side of the block on our left, we do have a bar. Now that bar, their claim to fame is that they say that they are the ones that invented the martini. They say they invented the martini in the city of Martinez, California. That's why they named it the Martini. It was invented in Martinez. Now across the street on our right corner, we do have the Buena Vista. Their claim to fame is that, well, they say they are the ones that invented the Irish coffee. This coffee with a kick. Over to the right of us, one of the best pictures of Alcatraz with the old school sail ships in front of it. Now over to our right, this small beach is known as Aquatic Park. You'll always see people swimming at Aquatic Park year round, regardless of the weather condition. See, these guys here are training really hard, but they're part of the dolphin team. The dolphin team is training really hard year round for a big triathlon known as the Escape of Alcatraz. Now, the Escape of Alcatraz starts in Alcatraz. Their goal is to reach Aquatic Park just to the right of us. Once they get here, they run to the other side of that hill in front of us. They run to the Fort Mason. Once they get to Fort Mason, they jump on a bicycle. They finish the rest of that race on the other side of the Golden Gate Bridge. Now, you know how they say that those guys that escaped Alcatraz, they did not make it? They say that, well, that's a little over 1 mile away. Strong currents that could have swept them out to sea. Cold water, and we have sharks. I mean, just look at that distance. I know I struggle to make that swim. I mean, I know I struggle at the passing that test at the local public swimming pools. But let me tell you, the youngest person to complete that swim right there, well, just look at it. Look how far it is. The youngest person to complete that swim was in 2016. A boy by the name of James Savage. At the age of 9, he swam from Aquatic Park to Alcatraz. Once he got to Alcatraz, he swam right back to Aquatic Park. At the age of 9. That's incredible. Now over on our right, we do have the white building on the shape of a boat. This is the Maritime Museum to the right of us. On the left, we do have Ghirardelli Square, the old chocolate factory. Now, the chocolate factory first started off as one small chocolate factory. Well, they started giving out free samples of chocolate. Each sample of chocolate was the size of a shoe. The word got out. Everybody rushed over here. They wanted a free sample of chocolate. And they want a free sample of chocolate. It's no chocolate for the rest of the world. Well, the thing is that the chocolate was good. This doesn't good. Well, they ran out of base of this location, and where they relocated the factory to our Central Valley, to Lathrop, California. Now, part of this block, part of it, which is the part right here to our left, this part is a hotel, and then the rest of the block, where they have good restaurants, and they do have two Ghirardelli ice cream shops remaining. Now, if you guys want to go there on a hot day, I do recommend their ice cream sundaes. If you guys want to go there on a cold day, I recommend their white mochas. They put real Ghirardelli chocolate inside the coffee to give it its flavor. Now, across the street on the right corner, we have the Buena Vista. Now, the Buena Vista, where we had a lot of famous people attend to that school as children. For example, the famous Natalie Woods went there as a kid, the famous Linda Evans, the famous baseball player, another one of the 14 fortresses established in San Francisco Bay. Now, Fort Mason was used during our Civil War as a naval base. It was also used during Desert Storm, where the says were able to build a church from during Desert Storm. Okay, so we're now making a left on Venice. This is the beginning of Venice, one of the widest avenues of San Francisco. Now, this street was not always as wide. This street used to be a normal street just like any other. But during a big 1906 earthquake, our city to a left compact by a massive earthquake. Every spinning shows this dimensions going to mountain and towers of fleets. As an attempt to create a fire break, the law at the time reported the military to come out here and literally dynamite. Blow up all of the blocks that went along the left-hand side of the street. Now, though the fire break was successful, it left a lot of people homeless. After the big 1906 earthquake destroyed most of our city, it took San Francisco about 6 years to fully rebuild itself. When this street was rebuilt, it was rebuilt a lot wider, where it then became to be part of the famous US 101, which connects California to Oregon to Washington State. Now, when they renamed this street, simply renamed it after the famous mayor that came up with the blow them up idea. The famous mayor, Ernest. Now, over on the left, we do have a hill. Now, the name of this hill is Russian Hill. Now, the way that Russian Hill got its name is that before they developed anything on this hill, the only thing on it was at the very top of the hill. It was a cemetery. It had unmarked graves. They did not know who it belonged to. Well, when they started to develop the hill, they wanted to relocate that cemetery. When they started digging up the bodies, with the bodies, they found a bunch of jewelry and a bunch of fur. For everything. For blankets, for coats, for everything. Now, because of all that fur, they were able to put two and two together and figure it out. They said that that cemetery belonged to the Russian fur traders who used to come into the area to hunt for otter. So because of the Russians being the first ones to establish something at the top of the hill, they simply named the hill after them. That's Russian Hill. Now, in back of us. Now, we just made a right on Lombard. Now, this section of Lombard known as Hotel Abbey. Well, because of the large concentration of hotels on the street. Well, healthy competition always keeps the prices low. But I mean, not just the prices are low, it's actually a pretty nice area to be. I mean, the neighborhood on the left, all the way down to that tree line in front of us, this neighborhood on the left is Pacific Heights. Pacific Heights is the second most expensive neighborhood to live at inside of San Francisco. To the right of us, we have two brand new neighborhoods. To the right of us right now is Cal Hollow. And then further down the street in front of us on the right, we have the Marina. These are both brand new neighborhoods. See, before this area to the right of us was developed, this area to the right of Lombard used to be our marshland. This is where we had our ducks. This is where we had our otter. But this is where the Russians used to come hunting for otter. Well, they got landfill. This almost to our right is Monday night. For the longest time, this area to the right of us used to be our farming land. You know, where we kept our cows, our chickens, our pigs. You know how farm animals have a bit of a smell to them? Okay, so the thing is that when the wind started to blow, it blew all of that farm animal smell to the top of the hill on our left. People out there did not like that smell very much. They had the money to do something about it. They gathered up all of the farmers, took them to court. After an 11-year court battle, they managed to kick the farmers out of San Francisco. I mean, not only did they kick them out of here, but they took it to such an extent that they made it illegal to own farm animals inside the city of San Francisco. Well, these two neighborhoods to the right of Lake Park, they're pretty expensive neighborhoods to live inside. Now, the way that this neighborhood to our right got its name as Cow Hollow, well, it's hollow land. That's where we used to keep our cows. This Cow Hollow to the right of us. Now, the next neighborhood down, coming up on our right, in a few blocks, is the marina. Well, that's where the wealthy people keep their yachts, over at the waterfront. Now, coming up on the left, we have Lawrence Driving. This is a classic off-roading movie trail. This is one of those places where back in the days you used to go into the parking lot with a vehicle. Someone would come out of roller skates to take your order and to bring your food. They don't do that anymore. But we do have a Lawrence Driving out here in San Francisco that came out of the movie American Graffiti. True line of buildings are Chile to Presidio. The Presidio first started off as a fortress set up by the Spaniards when the Spaniards were in control of the army. After that, the Mexicans took it over. When they were in control of the area, they also used it as a fortress. Now, when the United States took over the area, well, we remodeled it, and well, we also used it as a fortress, but we remodeled it. 14 feet below ground level, built 400,000 acres worth of underground tunnels. Pretty much anything used during that war, whether it was mines, bullets, bombs, uniforms, food, whatever. Once that war started in the Presidio before being shipped out to war. But there are 20 things we have inside Presidio. One of them would be the family Christie Museum. The other thing would be the studio of special effects owned by the famous George Lucas. In charge of the special effects for the movie known as Star Wars. Just a few blocks coming up on our right, we do have our stop for the Palace of Fine Arts. We're going to be looking at the back side. If you guys want to see the pretty side, you'd have to get off and walk around the front of the building. We'll come back for you in an hour. Now, the Palace of Fine Arts was a bunch of buildings that were built to celebrate the World's Fair for the grand opening of the Panama Pacific Canal. 4-year celebration. After the 4-year celebration was over, they destroyed all of the buildings, but they rebuilt ours using more sturdy material. Now, see what it really was? It was just a way for San Francisco to show the world that we have fully recovered from the big 1906 earthquake and fire. It was a way for them to invite tourism back into the area. They can see statues of women with their head down as a complaint. They're known as the Whipping Widows. It is said that part because of all the life lost during the big 1906 earthquake and fire. Okay, we're going to pull over. This is our stop for the Palace of Fine Arts. And on. Alright guys, so we are now inside a freeway. We will be going a little bit faster, not too much faster, but we will be going a little bit faster. Now, we're going to be pretty high up there. We do get sudden gusts of winds coming in from the Pacific Ocean. Hold on to anything that might fly away. Do not stand up. Okay, let's get going. Please remain seated while the bus is in motion. Okay, now on our side of the bridge, the foot of the bridge, you guys will notice an arc. Now the reason for that arc is that they did not really destroy that large bamboo that sits underneath the building the bridge. That building is 4 total. Now the other one is 14 fortress established to protect the entrance of San Francisco. And that fort is in the same zone as it was around the cities. There are children that work in that looking for invading ships or invading submarines. There's long buildings with the red roofs, the open windows. Now, house at the beach, with the extra one roof on top of all the windows all around it, that used to be the Control Tower. This is Crazy Foot to the right of us. Now, do you guys know the Mini Airheart? The first thing to try to fly around the world? This is the last picture we've ever seen. This is the air pressure departed from, which you temperature across the Pacific Ocean. Coming up on our left, we're going to see a landing machine. This is known as the road zipper. That's what it does, is a zipper. You see that plastic center divider? Okay, so there are 6 lanes on the bridge. 3 going out, 3 coming in. Now the community knows that zipper moves that plastic center divider to help with the flow of traffic. Now, when they built this bridge, it took them 4 years to build it. The bridge was completed in 1937. The bridge measuring 1.7 miles long, making it at the time the longest suspension bridge in the United States. Now, the title belongs to the Verrazano, located in New York. Now, to build the Golden Gate Bridge, they used so much concrete to build this bridge that if you were to get this same amount of concrete, you would have enough to build a sidewalk from San Francisco to New York. Now, they use so much metal wire rope to hold the bridge up, but if you were to get this metal wire rope, take it apart, stick it end to end, you'd end up with one very thin metal wire rope, and it would be long enough to wrap around Earth at the equator 3.5 times. Now, the bridge, because of the major earthquakes, was designed in such a way that in case of a big major earthquake, well, the bridge will not crumble. It'll swing side to side 14 feet for the total of 28 feet. Now, though the bridge might look red, it's not really red. It is international orange. They hit the bright color so that the ships could see it, regardless of the weather condition. It takes them 3 years to paint the bridge. The bridge gets painted once every 3 years. Now, as you guys are walking alongside of that little wall to our right, pay attention to it. There's plaques with arrows that will let you know what you should be looking at. Now, over to our left, we do have the two little buildings on our left side. They're both restrooms, two sets. If one set is closed, second set is always open. Okay, guys, seats are not reserved. It is first come, first served.